All right. Let's straight away ask our guests what they would do with the levels at which the markets are. Mitesh, first to you. Mayuresh, long term is what he's asking.
Evening, Lata. I think since he's a long-term investor, yes, the whole recommendation continues from my side. Largely based on the premise that the revenue growth, both in constant currency and dollar terms, should be pretty solid for this company going ahead. Again, in terms of volume growth and the kind of order book that it has got and the different sub-segments, including IMS and engineering, should abet and aid its earnings momentum going forward. So all the parameters, apart from all this, including utilization levels, attrition levels being more manageable at this point of time, should lead to earnings momentum. So yes, I think a clear hold from my side as well.
It's only for 6 months. Nevertheless, the results are tomorrow. Mayuresh, what will make it a buy for you?
No, so Lata, I think if you go by what the expectations on the street in terms of guidance is, the street is of the belief of a 6 to 8% constant currency guidance growth, EBIT margins between 23 to 25%. So that's as far as the guidance from the management is concerned. Now the key segment, which is BFSI, I think that's going to be a key driver in terms of management commentary. It accounts for almost 32% of its overall revenues. So with US tax reforms, what happens in terms of discretionary spending on this segment is going to be extremely critical in terms of the digital deal wins or the transformational deal wins that they can actually garner. So again, I think the legacy projects are quite substantial on Infosys books, and what happens with capital allocation is going to be key. But my perception is that they should probably hold on to this guidance, and as Mitesh was mentioning as well, I think the deal wins should probably abet them in the longer period of time, and dividend payouts obviously abet shareholder value as well. So yes, expectations probably on these levels from Infosys, but again, I think it's a hold from my side and a disclaimer, we hold this stock in advance.
Okay.
Question on Nalco. A viewer, Anwar Ali, has sent us a message. He wants to invest 2 lakh rupees in Nalco for the long term. He wants to know the right time to do it. So that is the question on Nalco. Mayuresh, first of all, should he do it? Not whether it's the right time, but should he?
So Prashant, I think looking at the price increases, and as the management was alluding, alumina prices have gone through the roof. And even if you look at the aluminium prices at this point of time, you blame it on US sanctions on Russia and what Rusal has probably come out in terms of their guidance and statements. I think the short-term impact in terms of aluminium prices moving up is very, very evident. For Nalco in particular, I think the kind of production that they do and the internal consumption of alumina for aluminium production is restricted to a certain bit, and the export part is something which earns a substantial EBIT from the alumina business. So the aluminium EBIT was something which was a laggard in terms of the overall SOTP calculations. But as the management is alluding, again, I think with aluminium prices moving higher, even the aluminium EBIT should probably be on the higher side. So the overall earnings trajectory with aluminium and alumina prices staying at elevated levels should be on the higher side. So yes, declines is the way I will put at this, that you can probably look at the stock. But an alternate way to also look at the metal space would be Vedanta, which we are also equally liking from a long-term perspective.
Okay. ठीक है, बहुत तेजी का तो अनुमान नहीं है. Mayuresh, quickly.
बिल्कुल, आई थिंक मैं मितेश से सहमत हूँ, और कहीं ना कहीं अगर जो ग्रॉस रियलाइजेशन ओएनजीसी एंजॉय करती है, जब तक ऑयल $70 नहीं क्रॉस करता तो डायरेक्टली नेट रियलाइजेशन में फ्लो थ्रू होता है. जितने इनके गैस प्रोडक्शन और ऑयल प्रोडक्शन के एक अनुमान है, और जैसे नए फील्ड स्ट्रीम पे आएंगे, कहीं ना कहीं आई थिंक एक प्रोडक्शन लेवरेज वॉल्यूम से दिखेगी. बट अगेन आई थिंक जो अर्निंग्स मोमेंटम है वो आई थिंक इतना स्ट्रांग एटलीस्ट एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम लग नहीं रहा है. तो आई थिंक अगर ये 193 क्रॉस करता है और उसके ऊपर अच्छे आपको भाव मिलते हैं, तो एटलीस्ट पार्शियल प्रॉफिट बुकिंग करनी चाहिए, और ज्यादा बेहतर स्टॉक्स में आपको निवेश करना चाहिए विद इन द लार्ज कैप स्पेस. सो आई थिंक रिटेल बैंक जैसे HDFC बैंक को वहां पे आप निवेश कर सकते हैं.
Separately, Dish TV was in the news. It saw an upswing, rising 6.5% as the promoters bought 5% in the merged entity. The stock has, of course, merged with the Videocon DTH. The promoters have also launched an open offer.
We got a question on Fortis. Viewer Gopal Krishna Shetty has 1,400 shares of Fortis. He's paid 152 rupees each for them. Been holding the stock for the last 3 months. He's a short-term investor and wants to know if he should hold or sell. I mean, since this is completely driven by news flow and the deals, Mayuresh, what would you tell him?
No, Prashant, I think you said it yourself. I think it's completely news-driven at this point of time, and unless we receive absolute amount of clarity, I think my contention is that there are better stocks within the mid-cap universe to look at. So something like LT Foods is something that we'll still continue to prefer, where our sense is that a 14% top line, 20% bottom line growth, not ruled out, export markets looking strong for them. The debt reduction patterns with capital raising will obviously ensure that ROCs inch up from 10 to 12.5%. And the other stock within the larger universe is HSIL. So here again, I think the sanitary ware market along with the container glass market and then foraying into the consumer business where EBIT margins are far better would ensure a 15% top line, bottom line growth. So I think these couple mid-cap stocks can be looked at on declines in a cycle.
Okay, fair enough. We have to wrap up on that note. Mitesh, Mayuresh, thank you very much for joining us, and to all of you out there, thank you very much for watching Markets Today Talk Back.